Good morning, AFC Bournemouth fans. It's Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. And it's time for the World Cup of Goals yet again. And today we're joined by Florida Cherry, Ross Devonport. Ross, how are you?
Great, Sam. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, not a problem at all. Good to have you on. You've been on the podcast before, obviously. And it's a shame that there's no football going on at the moment. What's it like over there in the USA at the moment with all this coronavirus?
Well, it's very strange, especially football-wise. MLS had just got started, so unlike Premier League, they only had a couple of games in the MLS, and USL was about to start. And obviously, Inter Miami, just down the road here from me, was about to play their first game, and it's all just been put on hold now. We're just having a wait and see mode. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing.
Yeah, it is. And we've been trying to fill the time as best we can by, as you say, watching replays and watching football on YouTube. And there's not any live stuff to watch, so it's all the old archive footage we've got. But we've managed to pull 32 goals out of the bag for this World Cup of AFC Bournemouth goals in the Premier League. And with your help, we'll preview Group C, if that's okay. So we'll start off with a goal that is maybe not that pretty to watch in terms of its technical ability. But the first goal is Glen Murray against Chelsea. If you're watching this on YouTube, which I'm sure you are, click the card at the top and you can see that goal in action. And wow, what a goal that was, wasn't it, eh?
Yeah, as you said, Sam, it definitely wasn't one of the prettiest goals. But if I remember correctly, Chelsea won the title the previous year. Obviously, it was our first year in the league, and you can see it at Stamford Bridge there. The fans are so close to that goal down there. I think that made a big difference too in the celebration that our fans had down there with Glen Murray, who at that point, was sort of becoming a cult hero for the Cherries fans. I think at that point he was coming off the bench more than anything. But yeah, definitely wasn't a pretty goal. But having watched it back, you watched the effort of Steve Cook sort of slide that deflection just to chip it back over, and then any of him or Daniels could have finished it off. But just the celebrations told you. What a memorable goal that was. And having that crowd down there made it a big difference too.
Yeah, definitely. So the goals that won Group B yesterday were Adam Smith and Dan Gosling versus Saints. Now, Adam Smith, the Everton, Man United and Chelsea game in that first season came very much together. And indeed, it was Adam Smith's goal, really, that sort of kick-started a campaign that saw us start to pick up some points again, because we went sort of 7 games without a win. Adam Smith scored and then obviously Stanislas got his 2 to make it 3-3. But yeah, the Chelsea and Man United games came very close together. So that was a very important goal in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, perhaps not the prettiest, but I'm sure people are going to vote for it anyway, aren't they? This is another one that, I mean, for a central defender, the technical ability, I think, was very good. It was close range, but it was Steve Cook versus Liverpool in that famous 4-3. So if you want to click the card at the top, you can watch that goal now. And that was the one that came just before Ake's equaliser. But when we were 3-1 down in that game, Ross, did you think we had any chance?
Oh, not at all. I mean, Liverpool then obviously aren't the Liverpool they are now, but they were still Liverpool, and we went down 3-1. We're not exactly known for our comebacks particularly or our offensive prowess. But Steve Cook does have a tendency to pop up with those moments of skill. Unfortunately, we saw one this year with his hand. He's got to be one of the best athletes on the team, and it was such a composed finish. You don't think of defenders having composure in the box, with a ball in like that. And it was our second goal in 3 minutes, and obviously brought us back to 3-3. And then the Ake winner after that. But yeah, it was a great finish by Cook.
It was, and the cross to him from Fraser came at quite a lot of pace, and he just had to pluck it out the air, and the ball just bounced once, and he almost half volleyed it in, and that caused a lot of celebrations. But obviously, the main celebration came later on, and maybe that goal's in the 32. I won't quite let you into the secret yet, but Steve Cook is goal number 2. Goal number 3. Is our first set piece, I think, so far, and it's Junior Stanislas. That's a free kick at home. It was in March 2018 against West Brom. It was a match that we sort of needed to win. It wasn't must win, I would say, but it certainly helped to secure our safety that season. It was a great free kick from distance, Ross.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it was late 89th minute to win that 1-2-1. I mean, Stan Junior is obviously a free kick specialist. That's what he does. So it doesn't really surprise me when he does that on occasion. But we also had a Jordan Ibe goal in that game, which is almost rarer than a Stanislas free kick.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Of course, yeah, because he was the one that got us back into it, Jordan Ibe, and that was a funny one. I was watching the highlights of that early on because you think the keeper should be saving it, but then the ball just swerves at the last minute. But yeah, that free kick from Junior Stanislas was exceptional, and I was actually in the main stand, so I had a really good view of that from where I was sat. But yeah, that's the third goal then, and of course it's at the top if you want to watch it. So our final goal, and that is, well, a goal that came in a match that had lots of goals, but ultimately for Bournemouth, it didn't end in success. I think it was an end of the season match, but it was Jefferson Lerma. If you want to watch that goal, it's on the card at the top of the screen. Just click it and it will take you straight there. And that was a long range effort against Crystal Palace, Ross. What a goal that was.
I think Jordan Ibe also scored in this game, Sam. You must just yeah, what a laser from Lerma. We've seen him. We'd seen him earlier in the season try them from all sorts of distances, and that one it was an amazing strike. I mean, just a complete laser. It's almost dipped just under the bar, and yeah, it's one of those goals you've been waiting for Lerma. When it finally came, you were like, well, that's what we've been waiting for on the offense from him in Colombia, and he's obviously delivered on the defensive side. But that's what he does have that in his pocket when he needs to.
Yeah, he does, and it was. I think at the time we were either 1 or 2-0 down, so it was a goal that sort of got us back into the match. But obviously, like we were not quite there. I think we made it 3-2 at one stage with, as you say, Jordan Ibe scoring again. That one came off a mixture between the crossbar and post, I think, and the Bournemouth fans who were up the other end. I didn't think they quite believed it was in because there was quite a delayed reaction. But that's the fourth goal. If you had to pick two to proceed to the next round, Ross, which ones would you be going for?
This is a tough one. I'm going to go with Glen Murray. I'm not going to pick first or second, but Murray just because of the significance of that goal being. I think it was our first goal and first win against first win, against a Big Six side in our promotion season. So I've got to go with that just for the sentimentality of it and the meaningfulness of it. I'm going to go with the Lerma one. Just an absolute lazy. We haven't seen too many of those from our guys outside the box over the years, and that was even though it was in a meaningless game, as you said, but it was an absolute cracker. Yeah,
I think Glen Murray's probably a cert to go through, but I've got a feeling that it might be between Steve Cook and Jefferson Lerma. I really cannot call this. I wouldn't exactly call this the group of death because I've been looking through some of the goals, and I think that's Group F, which is going to be very interesting. Lots of goals there, but really interesting to have your thoughts. And are you keeping to the routines with washing your hands over there and all that malarkey?
Of course, Sam. Yeah, I think I'm only down to 2 jobs now. I'm usually one with multiple jobs. I do a bit of soccer commentating here for the USL League One. Those games are stopped for a while, as well as Major League Rugby. So we actually got a lot of free time, which I'm actually looking to enjoy with the kids and hang out with the wife and try not to spend time wash my hands.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, Ross, really appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much.
Cheers, Sam. Time.
And get voting. If you want to check the description below, you can see all of the goals as well if you've missed the cards. And there's a Twitter link too. So click that, and from 9 a.m. the poll will be live, and you can click and make your vote and decide who goes through to the round of 16. We'll see you tomorrow for the Group D preview. Up the Cherries.